Did you want to pray?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Dear God, thank you so much for bringing us all together from all across this world. And God, we just ask for miraculous healing. We ask for miraculous healing and integration for every single person that's listening to this call right now, and every single person that will be listening in the future. We just ask for miraculous healing and integration right now. God, we know that there are so many of us there's so many people right now in fear, in chaos, in confusion, in terror, really, in grief. There's so much going on right now on the planet, and we just pray for healing and humbling and compassion and clarity for each and every one of us tonight. And we pray that we are able to really hear one another and to best support one another in your name. Amen.
Yeah, and I just want to pray for this time that we're all in right now, where the entire culture is in a space of not being able to speak anything without the fear of it ruining your business or your relationships. And there's, the buildings are on fire, and it's impossible to have any type of proof or facts or thoughts without having other people with the same exact proofs, facts, everything on the other side, right? And so I just want us all to hold the vision for those of us who are trying. And everyone, we all actually want the same things. We all actually want to have the best life possible. We all want to be free. We all want to have our kids be safe, right? We all want to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And, we do actually want to get it right as much as possible. So I just want to thank all of you who are, just all around good people that, I appreciate the people that have been in our field recently. So you guys are just good people. So thank you for being here. I know it ain't easy. And, if we don't say something right the first time, please forgive us. We really are doing the best we can. And we just appreciate everyone for being here right now. It's there's a lot going on right now. Like we are at a pivotal moment in time.
Yeah, pivotal turning point.
And there's a lot of prayers in order. I feel like there's a very somber energy. I feel like I feel like the energy is moving at two ends of the spectrum, where on one end we've got, it's set up to be so explosive, right? The black and white game, the race game, it's designed by structure to be explosive, right? That's how it's designed in its roots. That's how it's created systemically, right? Is to put us against each other. And there's a box that language puts you in. And, if you say something other than the standard narrative, you're a white supremacist or, and I'm lucky that, I haven't experienced that yet, but it's getting thrown around right now so much where it's like one woman called us anti-Semite for talking about George Soros, right? And like I I love my
Nope,
Jewish
I am
friends.
anti-cabal, people. I am anti-cabal, but I have a lot of really amazing Jewish friends, and I've had Jewish mentors. Like,
And this is an evil, evil man. Let's not distract ourselves.
no, this is
you know?
ridiculous.
And I mean, I watched a video of him today. I mean, I don't even have time to post this stuff because it's a full-time job. But I saw a video of him today saying, with the reporter saying, so these countries have banned you from them, and they say that you have collapsed them. These are countries. I forget which six they were, but it's like Brazil and, you know, I can't remember them right now, but you know, he collapses countries. I think like Thailand, you know, like this is what the guy does. And he's like, look, in my business, I can't feel bad about, oh, he's like, oh, all of them say I collapse their country. Oh, wow. Okay. And then he goes, well, don't you feel bad about it? And he goes, look, in my job, I have to be, I have to be in business. I have to have my mind focused on the numbers. I can't think about, you know, what damage it may cause. You know, I mean, that's who George Soros is. And so, you know, but they've created this entire narrative that puts us in a box, you know, like all Jen and I live for. I'm not saying we're in a box, but I'm just saying as a humanity, you know, or a section of humanity, those of us who know that we're here to save the planet. We know we're here to change the planet. We know we're here to have an impact. We know we're here to create new systems, to break down the old systems and create the new systems and all of the systems, right? Every system that needs to be fixed, it's our job, whatever that is, right? And yeah, do you want to? I need you to take it for a second.
Okay. Okay.
This is your piece.
Okay, great. So, I think that the one thing that I think there's a couple things in this group that I think we can probably all agree on. And one of them that has been, you know, brought up repeatedly is that, you know, the pedophilia, the satanic pedophilia thing has just got to go. It's just got to go. And those of us that know about it, I mean, to me, it just feels like the primary thing.
Yeah, like anything else we're talking about, it doesn't even make sense to talk about until we save these kids.
The human trafficking.
Until we stop the human trafficking, until we stop the people that are doing the trafficking and the people that are funding it and creating it. And now, okay, good. Now we've taken out the root of all the problems. And now we can, you know, now we can focus on the race stuff and fixing banking and school system and.
Yeah, well, to me, it's about keeping, you know, if we, you know, again, everything to me feels like a distraction from taking out the big game players, right? So if you just look at it as a chess game, which is the way that I see it, is that, you know, there's all these big game players at the top of the pyramid, quite literally, and they are, you know, psychopaths that are running the world, and you know, human trafficking, and, you know, adrenochrome is the drug of choice, right? There's big money. This is this is like bigger than heroin, bigger than anything is adrenochrome in this world. And I didn't get that. I feel like adrenochrome is the missing link that pulls everything together. And that's actually what I know that most of us here on this call know about it, but I think it's a really big deal, because if you understand what's going on with adrenochrome, everything else starts to fall into place, because it's the thing that's holding the whole cabal together, actually. And it's the follow the money thing that holds everything together. And it's also the thing that's going to take them all out and take them all down. And it's so incredibly disgusting. It's so incredibly horrific.
And the stuff they have to do for it is.
Right. But here's the thing with all of it that I think from a spiritual perspective is there's a few different layers of this, I think, to start to understand. If we can really start to understand that this is old Babylon stuff. This is ancient. This is their ancient religion. So I've had so many people come to me saying, well, I just don't understand this. This is so far out there. I can't even imagine it. It's so weird. It's so bizarre. I don't get it. I think it just must be made up. And every single time I've checked in on it, I've gotten a clear, no, it's absolutely true. And it's absolutely true, you guys. It's absolutely real. And it is a multi-billion-dollar business, and there are millions of human beings going missing across the planet every year. And where are they going, right? Human trafficking, sex slavery, organ harvesting, and adrenochrome is the elite drug of choice, right? And so that's the thing that I think.
And you'll remember that all the stars, the celebrities, the people that we were all like, oh, these guys have adrenochrome, right? You know, these documentaries were coming out.
Yep.
They're like, oh, wait a second, you're like raping kids and stuff. And so, you know, all these stars were freaked out, right? And you were seeing the videos on you know, people like Madonna were leaving, and Ellen calling her friends,
Jennifer
and
Aniston
and all these really weird, cryptic, scared, freaked out
and
messages.
Michelle Obama and Oprah.
Yeah, where Ellen's calling all these guys. And it's just, you know, they were so freaked out because they were like, oh crap, they figured us out. They figured it out.
They're onto us.
Mm-hmm. And we were all like, got you, we got you, right? Life was good. And then all of a sudden, coronavirus hit. Boom, right? And so now they're feeling good again. You know, now, you know, they've successfully distracted the world. Now we've got, you know, now we're all fighting each other, you know, because we use the word, or, you know, like and then we create the whole system around why we have to be angry about that. And there's like these rules to the system that they've created that, you know, we have to say, no, thanks. We don't want your system. We actually would like for you to leave. Mm-hmm. You know, I know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. Yes. I'm sorry, sir. No, you're going to have to come with me. You know, we've got, you know, your boys are all waiting in the truck, you know, jigs up. It's all over, you know, we're done. You know, I mean, that really is the only way to do it. Like, we have to go straight for the pedophilia.
Yep.
We have to go straight for the pedophilia, guys.
Yep.
We have to. It is propping everything up.
Yep. Yep.
How do you think pedophilia could get leaked to the press? Yeah, this is the thing. Mm-hmm. So big stories like Epstein get discovered and first published on a local level. No, dude, Epstein was covered up. Epstein, they had, I think it was ABC News or something. There was a reporter that, you know, she was on a hot mic and a hot camera, and she was like, I had this years ago. I had all this. I had them all. I had Clinton. I had, mm-hmm. You know, Obama. I had everyone. She's like, I had everyone. Mm-hmm. And they wouldn't let me publish it. This, you know, she's like, we pulled all these people in. We interviewed them. ABC wouldn't let us publish it. She said that, and then they fired her.
Right.
You know, like they know about Epstein. They know about him. This is the problem. They're doing it all in plain sight.
Well, and Trump literally said in a tweet, what was it, last week, I think, he literally said, quote, they eat their young. So does Trump know what's going on?
Yeah. The far left.
Yeah, I think I would venture to guess that he knows what's going on. You know, I can't prove anything, but I would venture to guess that he does know what's going on. But the thing is, then this is actually, Ben and I want to get into this a little bit later in the call. We actually want to do a guided meditation to get everybody in their higher selves, because I think we've all been so disconnected from our multidimensional selves. And it's really, again, we get in these human bodies, and we've got all the stuff running, and we get confused and we get disconnected, and we forget why we're here and what we're here to do. Exactly. And I believe that all of us that are here, if you're here on this call, I believe that we're all gathered together, that we are here to create the new systems on the planet. I believe that that's why we're here. I believe that we're here the old systems are falling, the old systems are crumbling, and we're here to create the new systems, period. That's what we're here to do. But in order to fully do that, the old has to fall first. So part of our job has to be, in whatever our calling is, and there are different callings, but part of our job has to be to take them out. And I believe that the adrenochrome thing and the pedophilia thing is going to be the thing that it collapses everything, you guys. It's actually at the center of everything. It's at the pinpointed head. So one of the things I'm noticing is that when people don't know, like even people that have like kind of heard about Illuminati, okay, or kind of have studied it or whatever, if they don't understand about adrenochrome and they don't understand about the really disgusting satanic rituals, they don't really get it. Like, it's actually so central, you guys, to everything that's going on right now. It is at the center, the epicenter of everything. It is the thing that gives them longevity. It's the thing that like makes their pineal gland so clear. It's the thing that gives them the extra energy. So I'm actually going to share with you guys a little story. I'm just going to share with you guys a little story because there was something that went off for me, like light bulbs, okay, on this when I was first hearing about it. And it was really, really interesting. Okay. So we've kind of heard things in Hollywood for a while, like, you know, through whatever. And, you know, we kind of heard like, oh, there's some really weird stuff going on and pedophilia is a big deal. And okay. But like we'd heard different things through the pipeline for a while. Okay. But like, not like the extent, like not how far it had actually, like not like to the Cannibal Club kind of thing. Like I was like,
oh, I knew about all that.
Okay. Well, I did. Okay.
Jen's catching up.
It's fine. So I'm just going to share where I'm at. I'll just share where I'm at. But here's the thing. When I heard about the adrenochrome thing, light bulbs went off for me. And about 5 years ago, Ben and I were at our beautiful home in Rancho Santa Fe in northern San Diego. And we were hanging out with a good friend of ours. And I'm not going to name his name. Good dude. Okay. I'm not trying to throw him under the bus, seriously. So I'm not going to say who it is. But he was over at our house and he frequently hangs out with, you know, billionaires and celebrities, like now and then. Okay. Or we'll go to parties in LA or whatever. And he said, yeah, you guys, I had like the craziest, most awesome weekend. I was hanging out with this billionaire and he gave me this thing. It's just like that Limitless movie. It's just like NZT, except it's real. He was like, you guys, NZT is real, you guys. Everybody in Hollywood is on it. All the billionaires, all the celebrities, they're all on it. It's a real thing. You guys have no idea. It's super expensive. It's super elite. You have to know somebody to get it. But it's really, you guys, but do you want me to get you some? But it's really weird. But it's really weird, you guys. It's really, really weird. He's like, but it's so it's got like sperm in it. It's got like blood in it. And they like do a spell over it. And so he didn't know. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys right now, like I know him and had he actually known like what it really, really was, he wouldn't have taken it. Okay.
But that stuff's still pretty weird too.
Really weird.
He was talking, we were like, no, I don't think I'll take anything with semen and blood in it.
And no. I remember at the time, I'm not going to say who it was. This is a friend of ours, and I'm not going to name, I just said I'm not going to name the name because it's not about throwing him under the bus.
No, he's a good dude.
He's a good dude. He didn't know any better. Okay. Here's my point. Okay. My point is there's a couple different points I have to make about this. Number one, Ben and I did have enough like centeredness to go, no, I don't want any. Okay, whatever that is, I don't know what that is, but I don't want it.
For him,
okay,
not
gonna
eat anything like that.
Okay,
no,
I do remember at the time going, something's off here, like something's not right here, but not knowing what it was. Okay, not because I didn't know the whole backstory, and he didn't either. Okay, yeah. Here's the thing that started clicking, really, really clicking for me, and I don't know how many of you have seen that Limitless movie, but it pretty much spells out what it is. Yeah, it spells out. So somebody's like a loser, and then they start taking it. I mean, it's dramatic, okay? But like, yeah, they can't get that break or whatever. And then they start his book. And then they start taking it, and then great, all of a sudden he becomes famous and he's hooked on it and he can't sleep anymore. And he's like super, and his pineal gland's all activated. And I mean, this was what our friend was telling us. I'm not joking. He was like,
he was going to try to make it himself.
He was like,
find it and
he was like, you guys, your pineal gland will be open. And you'll be so much smarter and you'll be so much quicker. And it's the secret thing. You guys have to take it. Okay. So my curiosity.
Well, so then in the movie, is as soon as they run out of it, like they literally have to kill for it.
No, they have
because
to kill for
when they run out of it, they shrivel up. They start shriveling up, and then they eventually die. I don't remember how the movie goes, but that's pretty much what happens.
And
right?
you watch in the movie, it shows his ex-girlfriend, and you show her coming in, and she's really, really sick, and she had gone off of it, and it was like this warning to him. Well, if you go off of it, you're going to get really, really, really sick, right? Sounds like adrenochrome. Sounds exactly like adrenochrome.
Yeah, so then you get someone like Harvey Weinstein that goes into prison, standing up, you know, successful businessman, and a couple months later, without adrenochrome, now he's on a freaking walker. Yeah. You know, he's aged 20 years in 2 months. You know, and you look at like Madonna, and all these, even Ellen, all these guys.
People
a few months
people
ago,
were like, why were they putting in all those funny videos?
why were they so freaking loopty?
Yeah,
why
and
are they
some
sending
people
all these loopty videos?
Yeah, and some people just thought, well, it's kind of funny or quirky, or if you don't know what's going on. But if you know what's going on and you know these people are on adrenochrome withdrawal,
Yep.
You're like, oh, they're losing it, right?
Yep. So that's right. That's right, Quinn. Take it away, and they'll start dying.
They'll
Get
sick, they'll start dying,
So
and
the way they
they'll
make it
lose
is
their
through
mind.
the kids. They kidnap the kids, and then that's how they make the adrenochrome. If we cut off their, like, this is the shit we have to be focusing on. Like, I can't believe that, we're yelling at black people versus white people right now when we've got kids being tortured and
we've got kids of all colors being tortured and murdered by the millions on this planet. It's a multi-billion-dollar business, and there are millions that are going missing in the world.
Disappear.
They just are gone. Yeah, this is insanity. Yeah, and it's not just kids either. Absolutely, it's not just kids either.
If we're not focusing on this right now and the people that are able to get away with this, and and then it creates this effect for them to be like Elon Musk, and I don't know Elon, but I know a little about everything, but it's like, how does this guy work 24 hours a day, 30 days a month, 365 days a year, times a quadruple superhuman artificial intelligent robot? The guy will do projects. You're like, I can't do that. He's like, what do you mean you can't do it? Do it. He's like, that's impossible. And he's like, fine, I'll do it myself. And he takes it and he does it himself. It's like, well, how do these guys do that? Is it their upbringing? Like, pretty sure it's the Superman drug, that they, this is
what they're all on, you guys. It really is. This is what they're,
we're about to see the stars fall, because we have this information. We all have the proof. It's all out there. It's available. These people have been collecting it, and, I know it's a hell of a chess game getting everything in place because of how, they're creating the entire narrative. They're like, oh shit, they're onto us. Hold on. Let's release the plague and release the narrative. And we got mainstream media, and we've got, everyone's got the flu, and now we'll have them yelling at each other about the masks. And now,
yeah,
I have my friend who was a futurist at the beginning telling me it was like the worst thing in the world. And I was like, oh no, it's the worst thing in the world. So we stocked up and I bought, respirators. And then after the evidence started coming in, I'm like, wait a second, hold on a second. But all the evidence is here from, different sources. And now we're seeing, okay, well, now I know what it is really.
Right. So I'm seeing a lot of questions popping up.
Sorry, I remember what I was going to say.
Okay, I'm seeing a lot of questions popping up on what do we do. I think the first thing to do, quite honestly, is to get really, really, really deeply educated on it and to fully understand it from all angles, so that when you're explaining it to someone, they don't just think you're a loop-de-loo insane person, but you can really stand in it and go, look, this is real. Because bottom line is we've got to get this information out, and we cannot rely on Trump to do it or the government to do it, or I believe that we're here on the ground floor for a reason. I believe we're here to be in leadership. Of course, that can look differently. For some of us, some people it might be having millions of Facebook followers or something. Some of us, it might be starting a community. Some of us, it might be just, doing a movie like Out of the Shadows or something. And some of us, it might be just going around in our neighborhood and talking to our neighbors, but getting the information out is really, really important, because when the sleeping masses awaken is when it's game over. I really believe that. I think the game's going to be over when the sleeping masses are awakened. So what do we know that's going on right now? We've got about 70% of the people in the US, for example, still paying attention to mainstream media. So it tells me about 70% of the people in the US.
Which is programmed by the Satanist pedophile adrenochrome addicts.
Right.
They're being funded by them. So the media is, this is what the media is showing us.
Right.
And so they create their own games. And, I don't know when people are going to wake up, because it's, I don't know.
Yeah. And as far as stuff, I know this group has been sharing a lot of different things. There's Out of the Shadows, and there's Follow the Cabal, and there's, honestly, you guys, if you just start paying attention, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas mentions adrenochrome. I mean, the thing with Hollywood,
Mel Gibson has a movie about it.
Mel Gibson has a movie about it. The thing with all of this stuff, or watch Limitless movie, you know, they tell us what they're doing before they do it. They tell us all about what they're doing, and then we think it's made up, and it's not, you know. But I think the other thing to look at is that, and this is where I really started piecing things together, is when I really started to get that this is nothing new. This isn't new. This didn't come out of nowhere, and this isn't new, you guys. This is old. This is biblical. I'm not joking. Like, this is old. This is child sacrifice stuff, and this goes way, 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 way back to the, you know, old gods or satanic ritual or whatever you want to call it. And there's different, you know, Moloch or Baal or whatever. There's all these different names for these different, you know, gods of child sacrifice or whatever. But this is old school ritual. It is really old school ritual. It's been here the whole time. It's never gone away. It's changed form. It's gotten more hidden, sort of. But it's the same game over and over again. These people are disconnected from source. They're disconnected from God. They don't have their own energy source. They're vampires. And when we say they're vampires, they're not just psychic vampires, they're literal vampires. Like vampire, that's pretty much it, right? Harry Potter movies explain it all. I mean, it's been explained a million times over for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear. This is not actually new information. I just think we need to, like, understand it a little bit better about what's going on. It's also the reason
we have all the information.
We do.
We don't need to understand it better. We have
we do.
We have the full understanding of what it is.
Right.
We just need the people to point their attention at that. That's all we.
Right.
I mean, the problem is we're still yelling at other stuff, and
right.
we haven't all just stopped and said, "Hey, media, scientists, doctors, everybody getting paid by these people, that these people are influencing in all these different situations.
Yep.
Stop it.
Yep.
Stop it and arrest these guys. And yep, we're going in here. And, you know, I mean, we have to have, and I really feel like what's actually going to bring us together as humans is, you know, we all have to focus on that for a minute. Okay, good. Arrest the pedophiles, arrest the ones that are, manipulating everything, and then get all of them to say it out of their own mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the only way that everyone is going to know exactly what it was, is to have, you know, the same type of trials that Nelson Mandela had in South Africa, where, you know, after he got out of prison and then was elected president, he put all the bad guys, right, that have been doing all these nasty stuff on display in the public, and he had them all say exactly what they did. So now all of a sudden everyone was on the same page. You know, it's no more rumors, it's no more bullshit, it's no more hearsay. It's like, oh, this person that I thought was good, that I was told was good, was actually a Satan worshiping, child rapist, sacrificing, you know, pedophile, Satanist, you know? And so I feel like it's going to bring everyone back to, like, okay, we've all worshipped false idols. You know, we've all been wrong. We've all been off.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so they were all pedophiles. Okay, glad they're gone. Now we can start over, right? What do we want to do now? Let's, use the systems that have been set up and create new ones. And,
mm-hmm.
you know, like we have the systems here in the United States for influence.
Yeah.
You know, we really do. And after living in Costa Rica,
there's a ton of ingenuity in the U.S. The U.S. is so, people are so creative and so great at problem solving. It's seriously, the U.S. is incredible at problem solving things if we could get just united, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, we've been in Costa Rica 6.5 years, and that's actually what had us really love the United States again, is because we really didn't realize what we were missing with all the conveniences and the roads and the cars and the, you know, directions and the street signs and, you know, digital things. And, it's like, wow, you know, what I wouldn't give right now for a Walmart, you know, that I used to complain about, but then, like, in the middle of the jungle, it's like, okay, give me some kind of, You know, it's like, okay, everything's a little more expensive because the roads are harder to get to, but it's worth it, right? That's what makes it what it is in Costa Rica, right? But when I come back to the US, when we come back, we're like, oh my God, look at, we can go see a movie any time of the day, you know? Oh my gosh, look at this road is so smooth. I can drive for 100 miles and, you know, and oh, look, I can rent a car. I can go to restaurants. We can go to date nights. There's things for the kids to do. And so it's a different experience, but like we've really had to really take a look at our prejudices in the United States, right? And we were like, okay, yeah, it's you know, consumer driven, and there's a lot, you know, it's a lot of inequalities and, you know, a lot of messed up stuff. But it was all, I was mainly mad at stuff in the government, right? And so, but it's nice having that separation now where it's like, okay, now I really want to get these assholes out of the government and out of Hollywood, because we actually do have an incredible country. And if we could just get these guys to stop stirring the pot and sending people to die in wars that, you know, are for their monetary gains, and, you know, making our kids die, and, you know, child trafficking and all this stuff, like, you know, that really is what's going to bring us all together. And then, you know, we use the systems that are already here to take him out and start something better. But I don't know how soon that's going to happen.
Yeah, Hollywood needs to fall. Yeah, the stars need to fall. I agree.
Yep.
It's the falls all really energetically for us to transition into 5D positive and higher. All false idolatry needs to fall. All of it needs to fall. We have falsely idolized collectively. I have really been thinking about this. We've falsely idolized people that were literally living on the blood of our children. Whoa, that is insane. That is insanity. That is like definition of insanity, right?
Yeah, so they become who they are because they kidnapped our children and did disgusting rituals with them, and then those are the people that we're paying. We're buying the tickets to their concerts.
We're listening to every whim that they tell us. Oh, put your money here, you know, and we're blindly, you know, following them.
Elton John's aid foundations. You know, I mean, we donated to his AIDS foundation. We went to his Oscar party.
Yeah.
You know, we went to his Oscar party in LA, and we paid a lot of money for it. You know, we thought we were doing good things, and it was like, you know, I've loved Elton John for my entire life, you know, growing up, you know, Benny and the Jets, and Yellow Brick Road, and I mean, these songs were my favorites. And then I made Jen take me to Las Vegas, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I think he was doing one of his last tours to Vegas, and I was like, we got to go see Elton John. And so we got, I think, second row, and then we got pulled on stage and got to sing from the stage. And so, like, that's how much we loved Elton John. Then we found out he was in it, and we're like,
oh God,
no, not Elton too. Now I can't listen to his music, because, you know, it's all programmed. It's all written by people who program it. You know, it's all creating, you know, this narrative. And, you know, he was arrested he was caught with a pedophile picture in his you know.
These people are sick.
And so, I mean, like, even Oprah, right? And, you know, we're just like looking at all these people that have created these, you know, these industries and these books and these, you know, they're the directors. And so we've all looked up to them, and
yep.
You know, it's just, I think we're all gonna, you know, it's like, all right, we keep thinking that I'm better or you're better because of the, you know, your beliefs or your likes or your whatever. And then really they've been creating it. And
you guys, so I'm gonna preemptively answer everybody's questions on this one to the best of my ability. Okay. And forgive me if I'm wrong. Okay. God forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna preemptively try to answer everybody's questions on this. Pretty much, you can pretty much assume that if somebody is elite, celebrity, A-list Hollywood celebrity, or billionaire, that you know that is a celebrity, more likely than not, they're on adrenochrome, okay?
And they got there by doing nasty stuff.
And yeah, because, and this is what I started to notice when I started to piece it all together like the pieces of a puzzle. I started to realize the way that the game was played. So it's more about understanding the game itself. So they, with the way that the cabal works and operates, they really don't let you get to a certain place in the ranks of being able to have that level of influence. I'm talking elite, okay, to have that level of influence unless you're going to be mind controlled by them and used by them and used to manipulate by them. So unless it's part of their agenda, their bigger agenda in serving them, you're only gonna make it so far. Like, you're only gonna make it so far. I'm not saying every single person that's like a millionaire on this planet is cabal, okay, but I'm talking like billionaires and like elite A-list Hollywood celebrities that you know.
They're there for a reason.
Yeah, like they didn't get there by no reason. Like, it's pretty safe to say.
Got there for a reason.
Yeah, and they were placed there because, you know, they were able to be, you know, controlled, right? And we know that too with the 13 bloodline families. You know, you're either going to be part of the bloodline, right? You're either going to be part of the bloodline family, which means you grew up in that, you were raised in it, right? Which in some ways, you guys, it's bizarre, but you kind of have to have compassion for somebody that was raised in it because they didn't know anything else, right? Like, I can't even imagine if that's all you were raised in. You don't know anything else, right? Or you bought your way in, which means you sold your soul little by little by little, and it's little by little by little by little. It's not all at once, okay? But you know, you sold your, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know all the details of the way that it works, but my sense is that it's like, oh, just sell your soul to Satan, no big deal. Oh, just take a little adrenochrome, no big deal. It'll make you feel good. You know, next thing you're hooked like a heroin addict. Oh, I need more. And imagine this, you guys, like, you're taking something, like, imagine that you got slipped adrenochrome at a Hollywood party by a billionaire, okay? Like, just imagine that. And you don't really know what you took, okay?
Because they told you how cool it was going to be?
Because it was so cool and everybody's doing it. It's the best thing ever. It'll make you feel great, right? So let's just imagine that you took it. You really understand what you took, but everybody else is taking it. It seemed like the cool thing to do. You just took something that is a satanic, demonic ritual, and you just put it into your body. You might as well have just ingested like 1,000 demons into your system. Now you're screwed up. Now you can't think straight. Now you need more. Like, I don't know how all of this is happening. I don't know the details. I haven't been there. But as I've been meditating on this, it just seems like this really slippery slope. And people who want money and power more than anything will do anything to get it. And when you're in a situation where you're under, you know, peer pressure or whatever's going on in Hollywood, it's such a bizarro place where everything's upside down. It's like, it's impossible for us to really comprehend, but it is something I've been meditating on.
You say you don't know, but you do know, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, they'll take you to a party, and we've heard different people talk about it. We've heard a lot of celebrities talk about it.
Yeah.
And so they'll say that they'll take you in to a party, and you'll take some adrenochrome, you'll get drunk, they'll get you drunk,
right,
get you high on coke,
right,
or give you some heroin or whatever,
right,
whatever they're passing around, and then they'll put you in bed with a kid, or make you do stuff to their friends, or and they'll videotape it, right? And then next time you did that, now they take you in the next night. Now they're like, hey, so you want what's next? This guy's getting a movie right now, and he's got to do some nasty stuff for it. And so, and then if you say no, they're like, well, you have to, because, we've got evidence on you now. And so, it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. There are levels, there are steps, and it, yeah,
it's pretty crazy stuff, and it's pretty, it's pretty unfathomable. But I think Christina had waved her hand a little bit. I think she had a question. Then I don't know if you want to get into like the guided meditation, maybe.
You guys are posting some good stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's why Prince Harry left. That's kind of what we were thinking. Tony Robbins, Jack Canfield. I don't know. I mean, we've met Jack personally. Something's really off
Something is really off with him. I wouldn't imagine that he's on adrenochrome, but I mean,
Nah.
To be honest, he's not a billionaire level, you guys, either. He's just not there.
Nah. He's conflicted.
Yeah.
Tony Robbins, I don't know. Tony Robbins has been talking about coronavirus stuff. He's actually been posting some really good stuff. Actually been really surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I did ask her at one point, I was like, man, if Oprah is,
right,
you know, like that was a really tough one for us. I was,
mm-hmm.
you know, we always wanted to be on Oprah. And, you know, we always called it Oprah proofing your business. And those of you that are in 5D business school, you know, Oprah proof your business, you know, because we had a bunch of friends that went on Oprah. And if their business wasn't rock solid when they got on Oprah, you know, it couldn't handle the business. And so we were like, well, we got to make our business rock solid. This is what we got to do so that when we're on Oprah, like all of our friends, right? I mean, we were offered a documentary by Oprah's executive producer in November, right? We had a handshake agreement with her. Mm-hmm. You know, we were going to get a documentary for Synergita, but it didn't feel right. And it ended up not working out. And now we're like,
now we know why.
Fuck, that would have been really hard if we were so proud of our, you know, our documentary about Synergita, and now we have to figure out how to distance ourselves from Oprah because, you know, she's one of the top, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, she was a hard one. Yeah, so we were like, fuck, Oprah? And then we're like, do you think Tony Robbins could be too? And we were like, at this point it seems like probably, but I don't know. Yeah,
I don't want to make up anybody because
we were pleasantly surprised that he was talking about some good stuff. We were like, oh, maybe he's not on adrenochrome after all. So I don't know. And again, we have a lot of friends that know Tony, and you know, I think all of them love him. Yep. So I don't know. You know, it doesn't mean that they're all clear either. It's you know. So you want to do the meditation, Jen?
Yeah. Were there any questions? Did Christina have a question or no? Or I think she'd raised her hand.
Let me see here. Christina?
Yeah.
Do you want to come on?
Do you have a question or no?
Thumbs up? Okay, yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Thanks for paying attention.
Chris Bliss. Chris Bliss.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you. All right, you're unmuted. I am. Okay, hi.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
Good.
Pretty good. Yeah, I didn't really have much to say. I was just saying I agree with a lot of things you're saying because I was working out in Hollywood and it was just like independent films. Every now and then they'd be A-list celebrities. Occasionally I was, you know, at Nicolas Cage's house and different things where I sense vibes, and it was just like, man, I remember going to a lot of parties and leaving before things got weird. And it was just like, just that inner spirit, you know, that maternal gut instinct pulls me away. And it's like, I know I probably walked away from like 20, 30 different parties. And it was just like, whoa, something's not up. And it was
something's not right.
There's definitely some weird situations going on. It's just, I've always just been a child of the light and did my best to focus and stay in my lane, you know? And one of my mentors was mentioning how Argentinian people believe when you put foreign substances into your body, it's like you can disconnect from your body and you just let any random host near you get into your system. So it's like, I'd like to protect it. I'm angelic only, please. Thank you.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep. That's exactly it.
With you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, that was extremely lucid.
Thanks for sharing. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
I refuse vaccines.
You said it all.
Every time I go to the vet hospital, they ask, and I say no thanks. No thanks.
Nope.
Check my chart. It says no pharmaceuticals, please.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We're the same way.
All right. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna put you on mute. Yeah. Yeah. What do you do about the vaccines? You know. I mean, we moved to Costa Rica, up in the hills where they can't get us. Not everyone's willing to go that far.
Everybody keeps messaging me about this, and I'm like, okay, I lived in Costa Rica 5 years. I don't have an address. I don't have trash pickup, you guys. Like, everybody keeps messaging me about, what about vaccines in Costa Rica? What about vaccines? Like, I try to give people directions to find us, and they can't even find us. There's no military. Like, and I do have a private doctor, and he's never once been like, tried to force vaccinate the kids or even mentioned vaccines. So I can just speak for our experience. But I've had a bunch of people messaging me, and I'm like,
It's not been an issue.
it's not like the US, you guys. We live in the middle of the jungle.
We've got a doctor that's just like, we're like, you sign this? And
he's like, sure, whatever. It's a completely different world. That's really hard to explain. I've had a lot of people sending me things, and I'm like, you live in the US, you haven't lived in Costa Rica. It's a completely different world. You just live, we live in the middle of the jungle.
It's quite a bit more Pura Vida.
Yeah, it's totally different.
But yeah, I mean, in the US, what do you do? I don't know. Looks like Republican states are the best place to be right now.
Republican states with religious exemption, and then anybody that stays in the US, you're going to have to really band together with, I'm going to be honest, I'd band together with Christians because they're the most active, you guys. And the Christians are the ones that are, at least that I've seen, that are fighting this and in turn legally fighting this stuff. Okay, they're legally fighting the vaxes and stuff. So they're going to have
the ones that are doing it officially, and then the government.
The ones that are really making real change happen.
Yeah, it's the Christians.
It's the Christians, you guys. So
we're in Florida, so we got our religious exemptions. For our kids.
Yeah.
And that was easy breezy. Jen just had to show up and sign a document, and
they were cool.
And they gave it to her. I would not want to be in California right now.
No,
or New York.
And to keep them here in the U.S., there's a big push to get away with religious exemptions. So in order to keep them, everybody that stays here is going to have to band together. They're going to have to contact public officials. They're going to have to vote on it. They're going to have to rally. They're going to have to become really active in order to keep it, or they're going to be taken away. They're absolutely going to be taken away. So I think everybody here that's staying here, like, be prepared to fight. Like, just be really prepared to band together and fight.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. You want to do the guided?
Sure.
Guided meditation. Okay. Okay. So we just kind of wanted to walk you guys through just a kind of guided meditation, just to really sync us all up with the truth of our higher selves and why we're really here and what we're really here to do. Because I've just felt a lot of disconnection, a lot of disjointedness and a lot of disconnection. So, you want me to start it?
Yeah.
Okay. So wherever you are, just go ahead and just, if you're able to, just find some stillness, and just you can close your eyes and relax your body. And you can even lay down if you want to. And just kind of feel yourself coming into your breath. Feel yourself really coming into your breath. And I want you to feel yourself starting to activate all multidimensional aspects of yourself. So we're calling in full range, full multidimensionality. Full range of your power to create reality and to manifest heaven on earth, to manifest a new earth here. And we want you to remember that you have been endowed with certain rights, certain authority, certain privilege. You are galactic members of light. So we want you to remember the truth of who you are in higher physical form at this time. We want you to feel yourself syncing up and linking up with all higher aspects of yourself, particularly your 10th dimensional I am presence. This is the higher part of you that is absolutely eternal, is fully aware of your purpose, is in absolute clarity and knowing of who you are and what you came here to do. This part of you is not in fear or separation.
Cannot get pulled off course.
This part of you is not in lack. This part of you knows that you are here to actually bring in the coding that brings in the eternal into the now. So the eternal into this planetary system and consciousness. And we want you to just feel the waves of that eternal now coming in, because that eternal higher aspect, that's the aspect that's ready to come into this planet. And outside of this time-space reality that we're in, that isn't really real, that is actually imaginary, that is actually illusion. Outside of this, the game is already done. It's already over. It's already been won. And so as the old is falling, and it is falling, and it is falling hard, and it is falling fast, as that old is falling, the new is coming in. And what we want you to do is we want you to call in the new right now, but the new must come in through you. You are here on this planet right now for a reason, and it is a very specific reason. There are no mistakes. You didn't get here by mistake. And in fact, there was a wait list to be here. You are more than qualified to do the job that you came here to do. You are far more powerful than you know. Your authority and your power, your light, and your ability to create and manifest is so much more powerful than you have been aware of. Do not give your power away to false idols. Yes, become aware of them. Yes, become aware. Bring light to the darkness. That's what you came here to do. But realize, we want you to realize how powerful that you truly are. And so we just want to feel you, and we want you to feel yourselves. Just imagine your 10th dimensional self actually right above the crown of your head. And I want you to feel it actually linking up from the 7th chakra, 8th chakra, 9th chakra, 10th chakra. So all the way up. And actually feel that pillar of light above your head right now, all the way up. And I want you to feel the link. And I want you to notice if there are any breaks in the link right now, or if anything's off center at all right now. So notice your 10th dimensional self above you, all the way up. And then notice if there are any breaks. And if there are any breaks in it, we want you to just really visualize a beautiful blue-white light going all the way up. And just linking, linking, linking all the way up. So that you've got this fresh blue-white light energy pouring all the way down into your crown. And go ahead and just feel your crown chakra opening wide. And it's really through this God-given authority, this God-given authority of your role on this planet, that you do actually have the authority, you do actually have the power, you do actually have the dominion here. Make no mistake in it, you guys. You have dominion here now. You have dominion. You've been given it by God Most High. It has already been given. The old is already falling. So it's really more about stepping into real, authentic power and authority on this planet. And from there, all the actions come. And from there, all the old falls away. And from there, the new comes in. So I want you to just continue to just feel that light source above your crown, just kind of really channeling in through your crown, and really feel yourself syncing up with the highest part of yourself. That part of you that's so powerful, so full of grace. There's so much grace that we've been given. And I want you to just really consciously, fully activate that grace that you've been given. Fully activate your law of divine grace. Fully activate now your law of divine grace. Actually even say it out loud. I activate my law of divine grace right now.
I activate my law of divine grace right now.
I activate my multidimensional integration right now.
I activate my multidimensional integration right
I activate my 10th dimensional self right now
I activate my 10th dimensional self right
in physical form
now, in physical form
right now.
right now.
I activate myself in my full power and authority right now.
I activate myself in my full power and authority right now.
And I allow myself to fully receive the rights of my inheritance.
And I allow myself to receive the rights to my inheritance.
Amen. So be it, and so it is. Amen, 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 amen. So be it, and so it is.
Thank you.
Do you want to share anything too?
Yeah, I just want to pray that we are all granted clarity and discernment to stay awake and aware and not fall for the lies and not fall for the tricks,
Mm-hmm.
and to just stay focused. Stay focused so that when we see them, we say, I see you. I see you.
And if anyone has confusion on anything right now, we just ask that that confusion be removed. We just ask that those blocks be removed. We just ask that angels would surround you right now and that you would be open to just anything, any confusion, any not knowing of what to do next, that that would all clear right now, that that would all be taken away. Yeah.
Yep. We pray that the blinders are taken off. We pray that we pray that there are enough of us that are awake, that these people will be exposed, and that justice is done, and that we accomplish what we came here to do. And I hope we can all see that big and bright and done those last days, where they're all arrested, they're all gone, they're all done. And now it's just another chapter in history. Winning World War III. We did it. We did what we came here to do. Go team. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being on our team. And I think
Let's
we're going to
actually
get it
walk them.
done.
Let's walk them through that really quickly, Ben. So let's actually walk them through that
Okay, go
timeline.
ahead.
Okay. So this is really good. So I want you to just imagine yourself right now, because we're really going to anchor in this timeline. So I want you to imagine yourself right now in the future, in the not too distant future, where all of this has come out. The masses have awakened. The sleeping masses have awakened. The truth has come out. The Great Awakening is in full force. The arrests have happened. The planet has been regained. And I want you to really feel the celebration of that energy of this planetary system that has been stuck in slavery, that was hijacked so long ago. I want you to feel the liberation and the sovereignty, the relief, the celebration, the multidimensional celebration of, yeah, it's done. We did it. We did ascension. We did the Great Awakening. We did the graduation. We did it. We did it. We made it through. We made it through. We made it through to the other side. It seemed impossible. It seemed like there was no way, but we did it. We did it together. I want you to see and feel everyone around you celebrating. And I want you to just notice. I want you to notice where you are. I want you to notice who you're with. I want you to notice how far in the future it is.
And I want you to have a conversation with your future self and ask her or ask him, what do I need to know right now to get me there? What did you do that got us all here? What role did you play? What do I need to do right now? You tell me. You've got the map. Your future self has the map. Not me right now, but my future self. So ask your future self, what do I need to know right now? What are you trying to tell me? And give your future self permission to be straight with you. So if you need to fully step up and get on life purpose, and that's what your future self tells you, you need to do it immediately, okay? If your future self tells you you need to cut something out or cut something off or cut someone out, you got to go now, okay?
It's time to listen to the voice.
If your future self tells you you need to move now, okay? Whatever action steps that your future self tells you to take, and I'm going to pause in a minute. I want you to really, really listen, but I want you to listen like your life depended on it, because it does. And when you're ready, you can begin to come back into the room. Take as long as you need. If you want to keep your eyes closed a bit longer, you can. And if anyone got in any information and they want to share briefly, feel free to raise a hand or write it in the comments.
Yeah, you guys, we got a fun little ride ahead of us. We got good work to do. I think things are going to turn out really good over the next couple of years.
I think it's going to be a bumpy ride, but I think we'll get there too.
Yeah. But let's take those guys down, and it'll all be worth it.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. And we actually didn't make it back to Costa Rica.
Clearly. We packed everything up. We were going to talk about this at the beginning of the month. We packed everything up.
We moved out.
And the flight was at 4 p.m. and he got
in Orlando.
In Orlando.
Like 3.5-hour drive.
Yeah.
And I
canceled.
got a text on my phone saying the flight was canceled that morning. And so we had to go get our toilet paper back and our water and our kids' toys and our supplies, and had to call my landlord and be like, hey, we do actually need that for another month. So we're stuck here. We do miss home.
We are missing it, but we
wish we were in the jungle.
Yeah, we're really missing it, but we do have a flight back.
Yeah, next month. But yeah, I mean,
that was the quickest we could get. So.
There's y'all got to come out to Synergy Day. There's nothing like it. The open fields and the open air and it's like we just miss our horses and our waterfalls, and it's like it's a whole different type of freedom. The U.S. has.
It's a whole different dimension of consciousness. Honestly, it's just a whole different dimension. It's really cool.
It really is, and I feel like it's a great energy for us while we are. Getting in whatever it is that we need to get in and do for Synergy Den, for our life purpose, and for you guys, and for the local people in the area, and anyway, love you guys.
Okay.
Time to go.
All right.
Bye.
God bless. See you next week.